All right, so Neo, just come in for a minute. Just come talk to me. All right, so it's been a while, hey? Yeah, and you've been sailing lots? I've been hearing about you and sailing. I'm just gonna do your girth at one more hole, okay? Hey, I might choose. Okay. So, do you know what I'm looking for in your position in terms of how far forward, how far back I want you to be? No. Okay, that's fine. And I might ask you lots of questions, okay? And that's just to make sure that you and I are having a conversation where we both know what we're talking about, okay? Okay, so what I'm wanting from the rider, and this is just sort of classical position for riding, is I want 4 parts of you to line up when you're riding, okay? So I want your ears, your shoulders, your hips, and your heels all to be in a line, okay? So just, whoa, Blaze. Blaze is like, I'm bored already. Okay. So if I think of your hip here, I want your heel to come back just a little bit. And then you probably know you've got your stirrup in just the right spot. You want your heel lower than your toes, right? The way you've got your stirrup is perfect there. We want this right against your pinky toe. And then you want your toes out just a little bit. So if you look at my knee and foot, okay, you want your knee and foot to be on the same angle. Okay, so you don't want your knee in and your toe out, and you don't want your knee out and your toe in, right? You want those both to be the same. Okay, perfect. So when your leg is in that position with your toes out a little bit, you should have contact with her all the way down the insides of your legs. Okay? All right, so how about if we start down here on a big circle? Okay, you can stay just in front of this little skinny jump, and we'll just start in a big circle, and that way it's easier for you to hear me. And we're just gonna, like I said, we kind of want to go through the basics today and make sure you know what I'm talking about and that it's making sense and that your body starts to remember what this is all about. And then with her, we just want to make sure that she's ready to go to work, right? And that she's going to listen to your aids. So what that means is she's going to listen to the cues you give her to do different things, whether it's, you know, up to trot or back to walk or halt or whatnot. Okay, so go ahead, Neo, and just shorten your reins into the white. And we just want to have a straight line from your elbows to the bit. And now can you tell that she's looking a little to the outside of the ring? Okay, she's kind of like this, right? So just play with your opposite hand and see if you can get her to look back to the inside. Yes, exactly, okay? Now are you pretty good with your rights and lefts if I say right and left, or is it better if I say inside and outside? Left or right?
This is right.
You got it, exactly. And if you're not sure if I say left or right, what a cheat you can do is you can go like that, and the one that makes the L is your left hand. Okay, see what I mean? This one's backwards, so the one that makes the L is the left. Okay, the other thing I'll say is sometimes I'll say inside or outside, so inside is always facing the middle of the ring, so right now that's your right hand. Oh, give her a kick in the belly. Yeah, kick in the belly. There you go. She's not allowed to pull you out of the saddle. That's not polite. Okay, so walk forward, kick in the belly. Yeah, good, and walk forward. So she's just testing you, right? She's seeing if she can get away with making you work for her, right? And we want to make her work for you. So right now, your right hand is facing the inside, so that means you're going on the right rein. If we talk about direction, it's like you've gone out to the wall and turned right. Good, okay, I like your rein length. Let's squeeze her up to trot now. Yeah, nice reaction. Sit up really tall. Good, so I like that you're looking ahead, Neo. Now start planning ahead for your turn, right? You want to be turning a little bit all the time. Bring your shoulders back more, and let's go back to walk. Sit down and walk. Okay, pretty good. So a couple things I saw at the beginning there. Once you started trotting, did you feel how your body wanted to crouch forward a bit? Okay. So remember, we still want to keep that ear, shoulder, hip, heel lined up when you're trotting. Okay. So that was one thing I saw. And the other thing was that your hands got a little bit low into her neck. Okay. So with a combination of leaning a bit forward and your hands going down into her neck, you're giving her control over the steering, okay? So this time I want to see you sitting up tall and keeping your hands up in front of you so that you're more in charge of the steering. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's be looking ahead, plan ahead, and squeeze her back to trot. And you're going to think about shoulders back and hands up. Good. Now you can squeeze both reins if she speeds up. Look up tall. There's a good trot. We don't need her any faster than that. Good. Shorten your reins a little bit. And look ahead for your turn. Hands up in front of you. Good. Shoulders can be even taller. And just because she's blowing her nose, she's not allowed to take control over the steering, okay? So shorten your reins back up again. Shoulders back, straight up and down with your body. Good, Neo. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now sit down and ask her to walk. Very good, awesome. So that's another thing, is that once she starts trotting, her neck is going to get a little bit shorter, right? She's going to lift her head up, her neck will get a bit shorter. When she's walking, she's got her head down, she's all relaxed. So when her neck gets shorter, you'll need to shorten your reins a little bit so that you can still feel her mouth and slow her down efficiently when it's time. So she's pretty awake today, right? You just had to give her a little squeeze and she went right into trot. So that's a nice thing, but we don't want her to trot too fast. So as you ask again, gentle squeeze, and then I want you to think about keeping your posting really slow and small, okay? So that's going to help keep her rhythm slower. Good decision to shorten your reins. Good listening, Neo. Now look ahead where you want her to go. Slow posting. Now squeeze both reins. Whoa. Yeah, and make sure you're looking where you want to go, not where you don't want to go, right? So in that case, when she was thinking about the jump, you needed to look away from the jump where you wanted to go next. Okay, so let's try that again, and we want to keep her even slower. So if you need to, you can squeeze both reins, okay? Shoulders back, look ahead, hands up, up, up. Now squish both reins. Whoa, good job. Keep trotting, keep posting, but keep your hands up. So we want her to keep trotting, but just not trot too fast, right? Slow posting. That's right, kiddo. That's right. Make sure you're breathing up there, right? You want to be concentrating, but still relaxed. Look ahead, slow her down a little bit. Whoa, both reins, and keep trotting. Good. Think of bending yourself this way, okay? That's right. That's right, really good. Yeah, keep trotting, that's right. So we're working on getting into a rhythm here, right? And right now she's going a bit fast, and then she slows right down, and then she speeds up, and then she slows down. So we want to slow down a little bit, but not all the way. So that's where your little squeezes on both reins are going to come in. We call that a half halt. It's like going halfway to stop, right? So instead of stopping, you're just slowing her down. So the feeling, Neo, that you're going to have is like you're squeezing water out of two sponges, okay? That's right. Good for you. Keep posting. Keep looking up. That's just right. Perfect. Now try to keep her in that same trot, no faster than that. That's perfect. Now we're getting the rhythm sorted out. Remember your little half halt, your squeeze on your sponges there when she starts to quicken. Good. Think of bringing your shoulders back over your hips. Yeah. And now I want you to make a smaller circle in front of me, okay? So you're going to look in front of me and turn a little bit all the time. Turn, 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 turn. Oops. Wrong side. It's okay. So get back to where you started your circle. And then look in front of me and turn in front of me. Turn, 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 turn. Yeah, good job. Keep looking ahead. Yes, keep turning. Turn a little bit all the time and slow down if she speeds up. Good, looking up. Good job. So there you slowed her down and then you kept going. That's perfect. Good, that's just fine. No worries. So get back to where you started. Slow her down into your rhythm. And now circle in front of me. So make your plan. Look where you're going to go. Show her where to go. Yes, good job. Good job. Okay, let's take a walk break. Good, so she can have a little pad and a longer rein, exactly. Yeah. So I usually, when I'm teaching, I usually teach 3 parts of turning, 3 different parts of steering. So from you, can you think of 3 things that you would need to steer her nicely? Looking is number 1. Good for you. Yeah. Turning your body. Awesome. Okay, hey, those were great answers. So turning your body is important because you want your horse to be turning and you need to match what your horse is doing, right? And also when we turn our body, they'll respond to our weight shifting. That's also why when we turn our head, they respond to that, okay? Sometimes it's like they know where we're looking, but they're actually listening to those little weight cues. Thing which you said. Then I talk about showing, and what I mean by showing is that your hand is actually going to show her the turn. It's going to open a little bit to where you're going. Okay, so if you think about where her shoulders are, here are her 2 shoulders in front of you, like this, right? And your hands are on top of those shoulders, just above her shoulders. So if you wanted her to turn right, you're going to take your right hand and open it away from her shoulder. That's right. And same thing, if you wanted to turn left, you would look left and open your left hand, right? Okay, so looking is important, then you're going to show her, and then the last part is pushing. And this is where the leg on the opposite side is going to tell her to turn. Okay? So turning your body on a trained horse, sometimes that's all you need to do, right? You look and turn your body. That's perfect. But for most horses, they need just a little push with the leg on the outside of the circle. So because she's pretty sensitive, you won't need to push very hard probably. But on a couple of these circles, she started the circle nicely and then she went way over here, right? And that's where your leg on the outside is going to push into her ribs and say, no, no, keep turning. Just like if you were brushing her or picking out her feet or something and you needed her to step away from you, you'd give a little push with your fingertips and she'd move away, right? Same with your legs when you want her to turn. Okay, so with that in mind, I want you to do these circles again, and you're going to do 3 sizes. You're going to go big circle, medium circle outside of me, and then small circle in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to stand right in the center. And I want you to go big, then medium around me, and then small in front of me. In trot, you bet. So stay down at this end, Neil. Yeah, you can stay down at this end, that's right. Can you feel your reins are a little bit long there for trotting? Now look where you want to go. Reins are still a little bit long. There you go, because we want to have a straight line to the bit. Perfect, okay? So you haven't started your 3 circles yet. Your first circle is going to be the big one that goes close to that jump, okay? That's number 1. So good with your looking. Now start to show her the circle with your hand coming away from her shoulder. That's right. Good. Think of slowing her down a little bit. And then as much as you need it, the outside leg is there to make sure she keeps turning. And you might not need that very much because she's pretty sensitive. So now you're going to do a circle just behind me here. So show her that turn. That's it. Shoulders back a little taller. Half halt both reins if she speeds up. And now look and show and push for the turn to turn in front of me. Exactly right. Keep turning, keep turning. Slow down a little bit, Neo. That's right. Now let's do the small one again. And make sure when you start your turn, she has to keep turning that much. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Exactly right. Much, much better. Okay, good. And let's walk and give her a pat. Perfect. So a couple of times on your circles, they started at one size and then they got bigger on the second half, right? And just like how you looked towards me to figure out where you needed to turn here, then you need to find another spot to look at to make sure your second half of your circle matches, right? Because you don't want to be looking straight over her ears. You want to be looking ahead on the turn. So if you think of your circle like, let's say like a big, massive pizza, okay? Think of a massive pizza right here, and we're going to cut it into 4 parts, okay? So 4 slices of pizza, and you would always be looking 1 slice ahead, okay? So you'd always be looking 1/4 of the circle ahead of yourself. Does that make sense? That's kind of how much I want you to be turning your head. So that means when you're here against the wall, right? You think your circle's coming all the way back around here. Here you'd be looking there, right? Then when you got here, you'd be looking at the next piece. So you're always looking 1/4 ahead on the circle. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Okay, so let's change direction and we're gonna do that same exercise on the left rein. So you're gonna go big circle, medium circle, small circle. Remember, before you trot, you wanna get your reins shortened up so that when she shortens up her neck in the trot, you're gonna be ready, okay? Good, grow your shoulders a little taller. Make sure she's not cheating and cutting in. So we're gonna do the big circle one more time because she really cheated and came off the wall there. So in that case, Neo, you need to sit up and show her to go out to the wall where she didn't want to go. That's right, that's better. Good, stay on your big circle. So again, slow down a little bit so you're looking 1/4 of the circle ahead of yourself. That's perfect, good for you. Neo's a good listener, I like it.
He doesn't listen to me.
Well, that's because you're his dad. It's much easier to be the coach than the parent. Okay, so now you're gonna go just behind me, right? So look for your turn, look right behind, that's right. You're looking 1/4 ahead of yourself, that's right. And look to get right back where you started. And then starting to look in front of me for the small circle. Remember, she's not allowed to go past me. She has to stay in front of me all the time. Keep turning. Yes, Neo. Really good last circle. Nice and round. Okay, so walk a sec. We've got a better rhythm here too. I'm not reminding you about half halting, right? You're keeping her more regular. So let her have a walk break for a minute. Let her have a little longer rein. We're gonna cover quite a bit of ground today, okay? And then you'll be able to go back to your video and watch it if you're not sure anything I'm talking about, or you could certainly ask me any questions if you have them. Okay, so now we're gonna do 2-point. I'm sure you've done it before, right? Why don't you show me your 2-point position, your jumping position? Yeah, good for you. Good for you, awesome. Now when you did it the second time, I noticed your heels were down more. This is what we want, okay? Yeah. Okay, now just stop a sec. So it's important in 2-point, well, with any kind of riding actually, but it's really important that your legs aren't stiff, okay? If you try to push your heels down by pushing your leg like this, your legs are gonna be stiff. And the idea with 2-point is we need to be able to use 2-point for jumping, right? Mm-hmm. So your knees and your ankles are your shock absorbers, mostly your ankle here. For when she jumps, you're gonna have that shock absorber into your ankle, okay? So we don't want stiff legs. And if you put your legs stiff, it's gonna push your foot forward too. So remember, we want heel under your hip, okay? So now go to 2-point again and think about, that's right, this part of your leg stays on. Good, super. Can you turn your toes out just a little bit? There. Feel how that gets your leg on? Mm-hmm. Okay, good, awesome. And then the other thing I want to see when you're in 2-point is to make sure that your back is flat like this, okay? Mm-hmm. So when you go up into your 2-point, it's not like this. You have to kind of push your stomach forward. That's right. But not straight up, right? Keep your hips bent, but keep your back flat. There, good, good, good. Awesome, nice heels down too. Okay, good, so now we're gonna go back to trot. We're gonna use the whole ring, and I want you on the long sides of the ring. You're gonna do your 2-point. Okay, and then on the short sides, you're posting.
Which is the long side? Okay,
so the long side is the sides facing, or the sides parallel to the barn. Okay. See how these ones are a bit curved? Yeah, the long sides are just straight and long. Then you're gonna go posting on the curved side, which we call the short side because it's smaller this way. Mm-hmm. 2-point, and then posting again on the short side here. And if you're having trouble keeping your balance, you can always grab a little bit of mane in your fingers, okay? In your 2-point, your hands are gonna go a little bit forward, and you can grab some mane if you need to. Okay, nothing wrong with grabbing mane, especially when you're learning something new if your balance isn't quite there, because we want you to learn the right balance and not just be gripping and trying to hold yourself with your muscles, right? 2-point is about balance, right? It's kind of like you're standing in 2 swings, like your stirrups are 2 swings. Okay, so remember to shorten up your reins here before you trot. And we want her trot to be slow and rhythmic, not fast, slow, fast, slow. Ren and Leo are gonna be mad I didn't make him tuck his shirt in. Squeeze, squeeze her up to trot. Good, so now is posting rhythm. Stretch up tall. Make sure she's looking ahead there. Good, Neo, stretch up tall. Yes, good for you. Legs back on her belly. You're very, very good at looking where you're going. I love it. Legs need to come back a little bit more on her sides, okay? Oh yeah, see there, she felt your leg all of a sudden. She was surprised, but if your leg is back on her belly all the time, she'll be used to it. Posting on the short side, good. Good, shoulders up, back nice and flat. And 2-point. Yeah, good for you, steady. Good job, Neo. Now posting trot. And this time I want you to change direction. So keep trotting and get yourself turned around. That's right. Look where you want to go. Good job. Make sure your hands are up in front of you when you're posting, up above your shoulders. And now 2-point. Good for you. Awesome. Nice flat back there. Make sure your heels are under your hips, back on her belly. Good on posting trot. Okay, good. And a little walk break. So something I was told, now how old are you now? You're 11, okay. So something I was told when I was maybe just a little bit younger than you, about the same age, and I always remember it, so just stop one sec, is my coach told me to look at my knee. If you can see your toe, your foot is too far forward. Exactly, okay? So you just bring your toe back until it disappears and then it's in the right spot. So that's something you can do no matter, anytime you're riding, right? You can just bring your toe back and make sure your leg is under you. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead, shorten up your reins. And this time we're gonna do sitting trot on the short sides and 2-point again on the long sides. Yeah, slowly. Think of stretching up tall through your back. Now make sure your legs are back underneath you. Good decision to shorten your reins a bit there. Make sure your heels are stretched down. And this time when you go sitting, I want you to think about bending your knees and keeping your legs back on her belly. There, slowly. Little squeezes, little half halts on the reins, slowly. And let's do a circle here just to get her attention, okay? Because she keeps looking to the outside of the ring. So now circle. Good for you. Circle in front of me, not too big. Good. And Neo, there she's kind of pulling on you a little bit. So with this hand that's opening, you can be squeezing your fingers to try to get her to look to the inside, okay? Slow down a bit. Because not only do we want you looking where you're going, but we want her looking where she's going too. So circle there and ask her to look where she's going with a little squeezing on that inside rein. Yeah. And a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your right fingers. Good. Now Neo, check your reins and make sure they're the same length, because I see a little white on the right one and I don't see any white on the left one right now. That's it. Slow down a little bit. Let's see your 2-point again. Good for you. Legs back. And then you're gonna go sitting trot and circle and ask her to look to the inside. Stretch up your chest, stretch up your back. Good, good, good. Awesome. Ask her to look. Sponge, sponge, sponge your right rein only. Yes, good job. Good job, big improvement. Okay, slow down a little bit. Slow, you can use your voice too. Easy, easy, easy. Good, and let's do a half circle and change direction again. So get yourself turned around. Good with your eyes. Slow, slow, slow. She's a horse. We like to say that she has her own engine, right? You don't really need to fire her up. She's already fired up all by herself. So sometimes you need to be the one who's calming her down, right? Use your voice, slow. Good job. Arch your back. Try to stretch up tall. Good. And circle there. Slower than that. Squeeze both reins. Whoa. Squeeze both reins. Slower than that. That's it. That's it. Good. One more circle. You can go posting just to help her get a rhythm. Slow and circle. Pick a spot to circle. Trot and circle. So sit down and trot there, Neo. Sit and trot. Both reins. Oh, use your abs. Use your abs and whoa, both arms. That's it. And get strong with your arms if she's not listening, right? This is not optional. When you tell her it's time to trot, she needs to trot. Good. Now circle. Good job. And we had some nice bend there for a second too, where she was really looking where she was going. Whoa. Now be tough on her. She's not allowed to decide it's time to canter. Good job. Stretch up. Yeah, just stay posting here until she gets her rhythm organized. So half halt and slow down, right? Squeeze both reins. Good job. Good job. Awesome. And now ask her to walk. Good. Stretch up tall. Whew. How's your body doing? Are you getting tired? Yeah, why don't you take a little walk break? Okay, you're doing a great job. And it doesn't matter how fit you are or how many different sports you do, riding is really specific, right? So if you haven't ridden in a long time, your body's just gonna get tired from all the different muscle groups you're using. Good, you can give her even a little bit more rein here. She'll relax as she gets more rein. There you go. I like this Neo coming too.
I think Neo's gonna start liking it again, eh, Neo?
Not sure yet. A lot of work, eh? Well, you're a lovely rider. You've got that same natural way about you that your brothers have too. It's quiet, eh?
Yeah.
Really good listener though.
Yeah, it takes him a while.
I don't want to push you too fast, right? Like this is your first time back, but if you would like to do that, I think you certainly ride well enough that you can do that. So what do you think?
A little cross pull.
It'll be smaller than those cross rails. I'll make you a little one over there if you want to, or we can just work on the canter some more.
Maybe some jumps. Some
jumps? Awesome. Okay, sounds good. So the big thing with once we add the jumping is the control is important, right? Like when it's time to go back to trot, she needs to trot for you right now. Okay, so if you need to be a little bit strict with her, that's okay by me, okay? Make sure you get the job done. And we don't want her speeding up on the way to the jump, okay? But if she is speeding up, that's where you stay tall and you use your half halts, right? And you can also use your voice and say to her, easy or whoa. So just give me 1 minute here. I'm gonna put a trot pull and then you'll come right down here and right over this little jump. Remember, you can always grab a pinch of mane too. So let's go ahead and trot, and then you're gonna find a good rhythm and trot right down in rhythm all the way to the jump. After the jump, sit back up and trot right away. Slower, slower, be strict. Slower, that's perfect. That rhythm, good, look up. Excellent, trot right away. Trot right now, good, and circle and slow down. Slow down. Wonderful, good job. I was a little worried coming into the first pole. She was really fast, right? And I thought, uh-oh, I hope she doesn't get faster and faster. And you did a good job there of making sure that that didn't happen. Good, so let's come again. Now I want you to see if you can get her to trot on the straight line before you turn, okay? So that needs to be a goal, to get her to trot before she turns. Okay, so let's go ahead, shorten your reins and go ahead up to trot. Good, just keep walking, Lori, you're good. So keeping her slow and steady. Be strict, slow. Very good, slow. Good, look up, look up. Good job. So, oh, trot before you turn. Oh, okay, almost. Good, I like the smile over the jump. Now slow down a little bit. Good decision to circle. Keep trotting, but slow trot. Squeeze her up to trot again. Let's do another circle before we continue. We want the whole circle to be in slow trot. Stretch up tall. And then we're gonna come do the line to the jump again, Neil, but trotting a little bit earlier. Try to stay straight and go back to trot. Now here you need to slow down and be firm about it. That's right. No faster. Slow. Slow. Half halt. Slow. Slower. Good. Now keep your eyes up. Good. Trot, trot, trot. Trot. Right now, right now. Oh dear. Trot. Hard. Hard. Use your abs. And circle. Okay, so give her a pat. She's being really good about the jumps. Now when I say use your abs, do you know what I mean by that? Okay. Now let me see. I'm gonna give you a demo, okay? Just keep her walking. Okay, just come in to me for a sec, Neil. Okay, so I'm going to have you put this around your hips like this, okay? So just put that behind you, and low on your hips, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to try to pull you out of the saddle, okay? And I want you to resist me with your muscles, okay? So where do you feel that? Right there? Okay, so now I want you to feel it here, and here, and here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay, so you're gonna just tighten your muscles against the saddle, your upper leg, and you're gonna tighten under your vest, yes, and right here. Okay, ready? Ah, now you're much stronger like that, okay? Good, so now go to your 2-point. Make sure your heels are down. So in your 2-point, you don't have the upper leg is not on the saddle, right? So you don't have that so much. You need to make sure this part of you is anchored on so that I can't pull your leg loose, okay? And you're still gonna use your abs and your back. Ready? Yeah, okay, you're strong, awesome. So what I want you to think about is when it's time to go back to trot, or even if you're just in trot and you need to half halt, you're gonna do that. You're gonna go, and you're gonna tighten your abs, tighten your back. If you're sitting, you can also just close your upper leg and then soften. So in the same way, keep holding your rein, in the same way that when you squeeze the rein, you squeeze and then soften. Same thing when you half halt. Yarko, is that appropriate? When you need to half halt with your body, so you're gonna land off your jump, sit back up and go with those muscles, okay? And I think you'll find that she trots quicker. So let's try that. So I call that a body half halt, okay? So your hand half halt happens on the reins. Now we're gonna add a body half halt at the same time when you want her to trot. Okay, Neo, let's trot all the way around and over the little jump again, okay? And then remember, you're landing and trotting, okay? Using your abs, using your tummy muscles. Turn your toes out. Yep, give her a couple hard kicks with your heels. Quick hard kicks. Quick hard kicks. Quick, quick, quick. Yeah. Now just turn her in a circle. Get her to move her feet and trot. Good job. Now wake her up a little bit. Good. No faster than that. Good, Neo. Now straight and steady. Good. Look up. Sit up and trot. Tummy muscles right now. Awesome. Good for you. So you were glued in there really well, okay? So she still didn't listen right away. She tried to fight you, but when you're in that position, she's gonna realize that's not much fun fighting you, okay? So let's come do one more like that and see if we can get the job done before the turn. And think trot as well, right? Think, I'm going to trot. Steady. Half halt, steady. Good. Good job. Now trot. Think trot. Yes, good job, Neo. Circle. Get her to look to the inside of the circle. Stretch up. Good. Little vibration, little wiggle, wiggle in the right fingers to ask her to look to the right. Slow down, one more circle. So your hand doesn't need to be too wide, okay? No, trot right away. Use your abs. Whoa, right now. Right now. Glue your legs against the saddle. Whoa. Good, good. Excellent, and nice trot. Now circle and bend. Slow. Post as slow as you can go. Yes, good job. Look up over her ears. Slower than that. Good job, Neo. Look up over her ears. Trot, trot, trot. Don't let her take over. You're almost done, right? You've got to finish in charge of the situation here. That's it. So slow your posting and circle. Whoa. Slower, slower, slower. That's right. That's right. And look at that beautiful bend you just got. Okay, walk and give her a pat. Wonderful. Did you feel at the end of your circle she was starting to turn her body, starting to bring her neck around the turn like that? Okay, good. You'll see that on the video as well. Wonderful. Good job. So you'll probably be a bit stiff tomorrow rolling out of bed, okay? But that just means you got to get your body moving and then your muscles will start to relax.